The topic I've chosen is the economic impact of legalizing and regulating betting in India. Before I begin, let's take an overview of the legislation that governs betting in India. While the debate about what gambling is legal and what isn't continues among gambling experts in Indian courts and between states and the central government, one thing is for certain: Indians love to gamble. A recent news report sized the Indian gambling market at rupees 3 lakh crore. That's close to $60 billion annually. Now, this betting market is not only to sport but online gambling too. So, is there any legislation that prohibits gambling? Yes. The Public Gambling Act of 1867 prevents any form of gambling in India. Although there are certain exceptions, such as horse riding and um, some form of gambling online, we still there is still no regulation related to gambling as a whole. Now, although gambling or betting is illegal, there are certain states where lottery is legal. They are Sikkim, Daman, and Goa. These are also the states that allow the use of casinos. Now, what are the repercussions of gambling in India? Now, the central government levies a lot of penalties on individuals or groups caught in the act of gambling. So, some of the laws that govern them are the Payment and Settle Act in 2007. Now, where is betting in India legal? So, there are a few areas where betting has been viewed as legal, such as horse racing, in lotteries, and certain online games, such as Rummy. While Rummy is legal, other forms of cards or online gaming, such as poker, is still illegal. Now, what are the economic benefits, or what are the benefits that India is missing out because of the lack of regulation in betting? Now, with a flourishing economy, a growing tech savvy middle class, and a rapidly expanding internet network, gambling and online gambling, especially, is booming in India. Like I'd already mentioned, the size of the Indian gambling market in today's world is reported to be around $60 billion. This includes both online and land-based gambling. Sorry. So let me explain the impact of gambling in a country where it is legal, such as United Kingdom. In terms of output and employment in United Kingdom, the gambling industry contributes in a very big way to the economy. Like for example, in 2008, the 3 billion pounds, that is close to 4.65 billion dollars, that was gross value added transactions only through gambling activities. And not only that, it helped to create close to 50,000 jobs. So, how in India can we benefit from legalizing betting? Now, in terms of numbers, if you look at the predicted gross tax revenues based on its market size, which currently at $60 billion, if a tax rate of 15% in today's world, we'd get close to about $1.6 billion, and this is only expected to grow. And in 2025, at a tax rate of 30%, we could make us close to $4.5 billion. Now, apart from taxing this industry, we can also make revenues through licensing. Like for example, in the West, like in Denmark, there's a charge of 140,000 euros that is charged to every gambling company annually. And also taking into account the number of internet users, India is it has a huge population. So once you start regulating online betting, you can only benefit through all the taxes and licenses. Now, what are the other benefits apart from revenue that could be obtained through betting? Regulation would create jobs, generating more tax income and taking pressure off social security budgets. Like in 2008, there was a research conducted in Ireland. and it concluded that by 2020, that 13,000 jobs could be that there could be 13,000 jobs in a country with a population of 4.5 million. So if you take India's huge population, we only have more number of jobs. Also, this would entice foreign players to invest in India. Thus, legitimizing betting could also increase uh, for FDI. Now, in terms of security to gamblers, a standard rates of tax in a properly regulated gambling market would offer Indian gamblers a stable and protected market in which to gamble. So, is there any state that's setting the trends in legitimizing gambling? Yes, Sikkim is an example of how it doesn't buck under traditional values, but it takes up the growing trend, and thus it keeps it keeps it keeps embracing the potential of betting in India. So now it has its own state-owned lottery, Playwin, and back in 2009, it had already started taking applications for online gambling licenses. So the way forward is now with the current technological and social changes that have been sweeping through India, the relevance of antiquated legislation such as the Act of 1867 must be questioned, and I think the way forward is legalizing betting in India. Thank you.